I've known Marcus since he actually became commissioner. Well, I knew him before, but I got to know him better then. And I think he's real diligent in what he believes, real truly in what he's doing. And he's willing to sacrifice himself because of him here with his family. You know, he hasn't shown no signs of picking up, running away. You know, he works in the school system and with the youth. So I think he'd make a real good mayor.
I fully support Commissioner Muhammad. I believe he has the charisma, the leadership, tenacity, and he's what we need to rally the troops. It's a once-in-a-lifetime leader, I think. I am the sponsor of the city income tax, and I've seen it work in other communities. In Grand Rapids, you have it. In Flint, you have it. Detroit, you have it. Port Huron, and the suburbs of Grand Rapids. In other communities, over 21 different communities have it. My vision for the city income tax was to fix this infrastructure. Right now, our residents' water bills have increased to over 150%. So it was to lower the water bills. It was to increase the infrastructure, get rid of the deficit. Benton Harbor has a revenue problem. We're not bringing money in. So it was going to be a way to bring money in. And our mayor, the one that we have now, James Hightower, campaigned heavily against it. And they used the Tea Party slogan, "No new taxes, enough is enough." In the end, we may have lost that race. We may have lost that election. A songwriter has a song out, Fantasia, you have to lose to win. And right now, the citizens are seeing what that money could have been done. We've had a horrific snowfall this year where our public works department wasn't even able to clean the streets. We've had horrible infrastructure problems where we have potholes, water main breaks. Our residents are being told they have to wait until the spring to get water. Name one city that would allow their residents to wait for that. The residents have to now pay back a loan that we've got, a debt consolidation loan where we could have been paying it ourselves without a loan. Let's be realistic. When you take a loan out, you're going to go back in debt trying to pay that loan out because you didn't have the money there in the first place. So this is some of the stuff that the residents are going to have to struggle, and that's what the city income tax would have fixed. If you're a business owner, one thing you do hate is paying taxes. All businesses hate paying taxes. One local business owner came out for the city tax, which was surprising because she says, if a city is thriving and investing and beautifying and looking great, it's going to attract more businesses. It's going to attract more people. So it may be a tough pill to swallow, but it is something that's needed. So I believe eventually the residents have woke up and they will see it. I think our mayor that we have now, one of the words he said was he was ecstatic that the city tax failed. And you just got to ask yourself, name one political person that campaigns against money for your own city.
Well, one of the biggest issues is turning our city government back over to the commission and city manager and mayor as it should be.
Benton Harbor is under its second emergency manager. It's not working. And let's be realistic. To me, it was a show. It was to get rid of political rivals so people could pave the way. We've had issues, don't get me wrong. We've had issues, but in any community, you're going to have some issues. Revenue was cut from Benton Harbor. If we have all of our businesses leaving, residents leaving, you lose your tax base. So Benton Harbor was surviving by any means necessary, by any way. It took the power away from your local government. And to me, it did silence the people. They could elect leaders, but their leaders were just powerless. It was just wasting a chair and time. And I believe it was done for political reasons. It wasn't because Benton Harbor was as bad as they say it is. It was done because Benton Harbor is a landmine. We're sitting on water. We have our own airport. We have the assets that are needed. In order to become a thriving community for any development and anything, you want to control those things that you think the city commission would go against.
They didn't actually give these guys a chance when They were newly elected young officials with families and real concerns about the city, and they want to take the city forward, developing new revenues, money coming in. And the people that we have in there now, they think the only way to settle things are to sell resources, and balancing budgets by laying people off, firing people, and of that nature. They need to correct all of those things.
When you have no local rule or no local control, the city commissioners didn't even get to vote on who they wanted to hire the city manager, or if we wanted to continue searching. We got to interview 2 candidates, and the emergency manager just picked one of his candidates that he thought was the best guy for the job. It wasn't what the local residents want to do or the local leaders who have to work with them. It was what the emergency manager select the appointment and then leave. We've had several deaths in our community since we've been under emergency management rule. Not saying they're connected to the emergency management rule, but I will tell you that our police department is more unstable now than it has been previously. You have murders running loose where no murder has been caught, but people are steady dying or ending up in the lake. Things have to change, and we have to usher in a new movement.
People have given a lot of, I'm not going to say false hopes, but a lot of information that kind of really occurs what the real issues are. And I think with the legislation that we do have down there, if Muhammad should be elected, then we would have people of a positive input that are going to be truthful about what they're doing.
If we want to be a thriving community, we have to stop the hemorrhage of residents leaving. So we have to do something to be attractive. We need to focus on job growth. It's a problem when the majority of your residents in Benton Harbor are not working. You have more people coming into Benton Harbor working than your own actual residents. I believe Commissioner Muhammad will set a bold agenda targeting our infrastructure. Coming here, we have some of the worst potholes. Our water pipes are frozen. If you go to our City Hall building, our City Hall is leaking, roofs are leaking. Our residents are struggling with the horrible infrastructure, our sidewalks. Some of them can't even walk down sidewalks because it's so bad. So we have to do something with our infrastructure. We have to be innovative, and I believe Commissioner Muhammad, as long as I'm City Commissioner, will make sure he goes after those goals and everything, and goes after those things. It's about time the residents get somebody that's in it for them, that's going to fight for them and bring results for them.
He addresses problems just straight ahead and truthful, and he likes to share the true information with the people and ask their opinions, and get their input. So that's what we need, get the communication between the legislation and our people in our community.
It's not often you can find a leader that stands up to the status quo and stands up for the people and is willing to risk anything for the people, and that knows the struggles of Benton Harbor. And I believe Commissioner Muhammad is able to relate to the everyday working citizen. He's able to see the struggles in our eyes. And I believe he's the leader that we need to lead Benton Harbor into the 21st century and allow us to become innovative in a community that's thriving just instead of existing.